went all 3 rounds. Can they clean it up today? There'll be Gardens here. Kick us off, the fans out in droves here.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a shock to me and you've been commentating these weekend matches pretty early for a while now, that how many fans actually will show up to these this early. I mean, you know, everyone's out Friday night, but still waking up early on Saturday to come down. I say early, it's 1 p.m. start. But I
have days where I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to make it to the studio today.
That was me today, man.
But the fans, they get here every time. So, on some level, they might have more dedication than you or I. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they don't.
But
it's actually, it's surprisingly warm. It's 11 degrees Celsius.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's completely inverted. Though in the next couple days, it's going to be down to like -13. So there you go.
Oh God, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's going to happen after this week. So hooray! Christmas time, going to be very chilly. But here we go, starting things off. Going to be over onto the Reinhardt Mag. Just going to be starting on the Winston, dive forward. Let's take Oberon down to about half HP. QOQ. It's about to pop out of that mech, trying to stay alive. Shots coming in. They will be able to break him on the bridge. Charge forward. So far, still just going to be the loss of the mech. No one else going down. Over on Weekend again. Mag jumping out of there. They chase him in, and Undyne actually snipes him right out of the sky. With Gangnam Jin dying shortly there before, MVP Space will be able to grab this first cap.
It's a nice pick off there by Lee Jae-gon, though, on the Yaki Zarya, so that he can't grab any more ult percentage on the chase. And because he's dead, RunAway can more easily posture up on this bridge. Mag went for the aggro ult charge attempt, so he's at 76% currently. He will get a primal in the longer fight here.
So it's online, gonna just go ahead and pop that one right at the start. Mag gonna be taken down right as that primal became available, which means RunAway will have to reset here. As QOQ just goes sailing off the side of the map, Bianca giving him a nice little push. Lee Jae-gon hiding out.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky Lucio.
If he could get a single
behind the
here.
boulder. Oh, he's inching forward. He's got to be careful. The way that Bianca's jumping. He could just see out of his purple. Oh, there it is! Fuse found him! He's still alive, though. He's able to skate his way back, joins him with the rest of his squad, so not going to be a further stagger. Crucial save, and Mag leaping in. Manages to find the opening frag onto Oberon. RunAway finally trying to turn things around. The Primal Rage is going to be popped. Looking for some knockoffs here, but now will be expiring. He joins in onto the point with the rest of his squad. They get the pop out here onto Bianca. It's going to be the self-destruct coming in. Grabs on Surge. Slam down, looking for the pop. Not going to be able to find him, but QOQ! He finds 3 in return. Fuse, Undyne, and Yaki all go down. The team wipe comes through, and RunAway finally gain control.
Yeah, looks like Mag wants to make the swap over to Ryan too, because they've got this stable position now to where they can operate from. You know, he's got the additional time here to run back. But MVP Space used a ton of ults on that contest, hoping that they would buy time and perhaps get up to 70, 80%. Does not work out that way, so RunAway really flipping the table here. They have total control at the moment. Big sound barrier ready.
It's going to be Undyne here potentially with that Transcendence available. Boop not going to find any kills. Sound barrier will come down from Lee Jae-gon, keeping them all topped up. Gangnam Jin is going to be spamming away with those orbs you would expect, trying to build up towards that next Transcendence. Speaking of which, Undyne will get picked off now. Tuba will get dropped. 2 members gone. Bianca off the side. It'll just be a reset here for MVP Space. RunAway nearly catching up already at 45%.
Mag's playing very conservative, very safe on this Ryan. Only builds 30, does not chase. Mostly just some left click and 1 fire strike that builds that 30%. Clearly, he's prioritizing in the neutral. He thinks Winston, the mobility is better, but in terms of controlling this point, he wants to have the Ryan. You have those defensive charges available when MVP Space comes for the engage. They've got this grab ready here.
Be waiting for an opportunity, pushing their way in. Transcendence now going to be out. He's going to be holding in 100 energy, slams it down, does manage to lock him up, even with Bianca right in front of him. Pop coming through from QOQ, this time not going to come up with a multi-kill, but the kills are still going to be there for RunAway as a whole. Team wipe pulled off now at 82% and rising. RunAway looking good to actually turn around and get the victory here on Gardens. Very rough start for them, but now looking fantastic.
All right, now to approach this, MVP Space is going to have an incredible grab. And first, someone's going to have to touch the point. I think they will be able to get in there at the last second.
Jae-gon, he's looking for a boop. Coming in from over the top, he pushes him back. Stops them from getting it their way in. Lee Jae-gon, there you go. Not going to have the knockoff kills, but still gates them out, stops them from contesting.
Someone should have charged there. You have to be ready for the potential that happens. This is not the first time we've seen this in this tournament by any means. We see it a lot, in fact. And it's impressive to see that he's set it up, and he's had several little flanking attempts here on that first point of Lijiang, but to not have a Rhine charge coming through from Oberon, for example, just to guarantee that tag on, I think is a bit of a mistake for MVP Space. It's the little things with this guy, Lee Jae Gon. I put him in my top 6 last week because this guy has just, he's the pinnacle of consistent Lucio play, doesn't make big mistakes, makes small, subtle plays. He's not the flashiest, but small things like this just win you the round straight up. Doesn't matter how many ults MVP Space has, they don't get to touch.
Yep, there we go, just gonna be meeting up on the higher ground. Now it's coming through from either side. Tank Light of MVP Space taking a ton of damage here at the moment, and actually Mag will open things up with that Fire Strike on Undyne. That's going to be the charge forward, and this is where RunAway can try to go for their spawn camp style that they showed us from day one.
Yeah, it's going to be rough to get out of here for MVP Space.
Gotta get the cap first too, you know.
Yeah.
That will be a bit of a kite back.
The drop
sure
back.
They're not completely disconnected.
To get the double, you know, the fast tick up there, and then QOQ's can come right back here to the choke. Yaki doesn't have a grab or anything like that, so it's going to be tough to fully hold this.
LeBron pushing forward, going low, but Shui will be the first one killed off. Now they will trade it back as Oberon will get taken down. QOQ falling low, just swinging around, jetting his way out to safety, keeps himself alive. Both Transcendences now have been used. Undyne trying to escort his team forward. Still going to be hanging on to that armor that Tuba has provided to him with the rally. Bomb up for QOQ. Hisu nearly with the grab. Can they find another big play? The grab will come down, locks up 2, bomb straight in on top. Not gonna try to inch it off there, but Fuse and Yaki still will get clipped by the explosion and taken down. That'll be the cleanup here as Bianca is the last one to fall. Another team wipe for RunAway.
Yep, the delay here as well. A bit annoying onto Bianca. But the big win there for RunAway was when Gangnam Jin had the trance faster, used it in the choke. MVP Space couldn't trade up in that moment. When they did finally touch the point, they had lost so much and had to use their trance earlier, so the grab from Hisu ended up being big there. The bomb setup. Now we have a Shatter to hold the choke.
Slams it down, but the Zarya bubble's looking pretty good here for the side of MVP
Goodbye.
Space, but off the side, Lee Jae Gon comes up with a double boom. This man's right clicks have been fantastic, but Bianca answers back. That's gonna be a quintuple.
It's gonna be a quintuple, but unfortunately poorly timed. Taking this point is not going to happen very easily here.
Okay, they force back Mag. They might just surrender this one. He's not going to go in. Okay, so he does want to play this one safe. Doesn't want to get killed off, but man, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, after the double boop kill there, he does find the angle. MVP Space, this may be short-lived though. They don't have very many ults to hold on to this with, in fact. After that self-destruct is gone, looking for the flank here is Bianca.
Forward looking to tag him up, Transcendence in from Gangnam Jin. Lee Jae Gon still going to be holding on to that sound barrier. Undyne now, Transcendence online, gets tagged up a bit, pops it. Mag and Shui both going to be going down the sound barrier from Lee Jae Gon a bit too late to save the main tanks live. As Oberon will go ahead and help clean things up. RunAway will be resetting now out support ultimates.
Yeah, and that's the big win for RunAway here, is they can come in with this grab. There's no chance for Undyne to counter it. So you can see MVP Space is playing very far back because they don't want to get caught in that choke themselves. They need to fight on the point in an open area where they have more counterplay potential in terms of positioning. They don't all get absorbed in that grab.
Ground pound surge going to be coming down. Bomb thrown right into the front. Yeah, just going to be dead before the explosion even goes off. Bianca popped out, killed off this time. Does not have his own self-destruct available. We'll have it shortly. But the odds of getting another quintuple kill seem highly unlikely here.
Nice. Fire Strike there for Mag, going to finish the last part of this Shatter. Oh, Mad Angle there
Slams it down.
from
Hoop over to the side, knocking one off again. Lee Jae Gon comes up with that double. Taking him out, Fuse and Bianca both off the side, and that will just be the finish. Yeah, the team wipe comes through. They tick their way up to 100. RunAway able to close this one out 2-0 to get Lijiang.
Very subtle plays from Lee Jae Gon there. But Oberon's shield at the wrong angle there means that you can just see a very easy Shatter for Mag right in the choke. Hands up for Mag here, as even he can't believe how easy it was to take that final fight. MVP Space had some pretty questionable ult usage throughout those 2 rounds, committing to a lot of fights that they were outnumbered in, just to try to get a little bit of percentage on defense, or just trying to take a sloppy, hard engage in the choke. Flowervin takes the stage here. It's going to be pretty hot in that hat today.
Yeah, it's a little too warm.
Yeah, I think this is a fashion hat. This is not a functional hat.
You gotta suffer for fashion.
And I say this because Flowervin's one of our most fashionable, managers we have here in Korea.
Oh
so.
no, it's all about the Stormquake guy.
Like, look at the watch, the subtle button open on the shirt sleeve to show off that watch. Well, look, MVP Space, they take the plunge here in game 1. They're going to need to win every single remaining map in order to take first place. We'll have to win 3 in a row. And they're going to have to play a little bit better around RunAway's ult engages. You know, Oberon, I'm not sure if he got booped or if he was stunned there, but his shield went at a really weird angle. I'd have to rewatch to know for sure, but Mag did not hesitate the second that shield wasn't in position. He gets the big shatter, and that's how that map plays out. If you have the AoE ultimates there in the choke, guess what? They're going to be more effective there. They also took a bad defensive engage where I was talking about Hisu's going to engage with the grab, and they don't have support ultimates. You pointed out it was the last one he's used there in the fight for Undyne. And I talked about how they needed to spread and try to make sure that they could avoid the grab as best as possible so not everyone gets grouped. Bianca was out of position to even eat, and they were all stuck in the center of the point itself. And Isu just tossed it in because like, there's no way you can absorb this grab from where you're standing. So, some small mistakes ends up giving RunAway this snowball-y 3-3 crushing victory. And maybe the series just goes this way. Maybe we just see the 4-0 from RunAway. It wouldn't be a shocker. It would kill the hype about who's taking first place, right? But it would not be a shocker given how consistent they've been all group stage long.
Yeah, I mean, the hype would just be like, okay, yeah, RunAway, they've gone undefeated with a brand new roster of players who did not have that much time before the season started to practice. So still, very, very exciting. So one more map, if they can close that out, first place locked in.
I mean, exactly 3 of these players, so half of them have competitive experience. Hisu, 1 game. Himgosu for Element Mystic, 1 game of competitive experience offline. QOQ played for MVP Space for multiple seasons. And then Mag, who played in Pacific. Or actually, I believe he played in China, my bad. So he's got that experience. But everyone else, rookies here, playing for the first time. First time these 6 have sat together as a roster. I mean, the roster was finalized about a week and a half before Contenders started, so there wasn't really that much time to even say, okay, this is confirmed. We've been practicing for a month. Of the nearly 300 applicants, these 6 are the ones that are going undefeated right now.
Yeah.
Look at Bianca while I'm like wondering like how many more days until the weekend,
It's like one of those where you just like have a picture in your bathroom next to your sink to confuse friends when they come over for the first time.
It's like I don't have a picture of my family on my desk. I have this watercolor painting of Bianca.
All right, here we go. No substitutions on either side. Still going to be Oberon. Hollywood or Nimbani, those are the choices. Neither is very one-sided in MVP's favor.
You got to think Nimbani for MVP Space here, though. They have the X Factor of Yaki's Farah, the Sombra comps we've seen. When they take us to Hollywood, a bit of a shocker, I'd say, given that this is the one map where you can really differentiate yourself from RunAway. Take the Sombra that RunAway isn't running, run Sombra Farah, trip them up, do something different. You've already lost the 3-3 matchup in its purest form. We went to Lijiang of all maps, right? So you're going to go to Hollywood, which is the 3-3 version of this map with Atuna on the bench. We know we're not going to see any Protect the McCree. It's just going to be match compositions here. A big risk for MVP Space.
I'm being told by production that apparently that Bianca poster where he was doing the splits and everything was from a popular manga, I suppose.
Okay.
So I've just been sent a photo of the actual manga just as a reference point.
Oh, I see that now.
No explanation whatsoever. I don't know what manga that would be, but I could tell that that's what it's from now.
Well,
I felt the need to impart this to you guys.
Maybe he'll tweet it later. You guys get a bigger picture, but Yaki's locked in on the Genji at the moment. Very unlikely that remains. Yeah, he is going to swap over to Zarya, surprise, surprise. It will be defense first from RunAway. Is playing a very aggressive setup here, just to get a little bit more ult charge. Doesn't actually work out too well for them.
Yep, right around the corner now. Shield up, Bash comes through. Log hours, Mag. Settle on which one I want to say. Mag hasn't taken that much damage. Pushed forward aggressively though from MVP space, but bit off a little bit more than they could chew. It seems Tuba does get taken down. Q coming up the kill, and Lee J gone, hounding down his opposing Lucio. Doesn't manage to find another kill, and this is going to be RunAway charging out into the main street here, right in front of the movie theater. Just try and farm some more ults.
And this is worst case scenario for MVP space. Not only do you get halted on your first push, but you do it ult inefficiently. Nice play by Lee J gone up on the high ground to boot Bianca down, so he couldn't actually control that high ground. And look at the damage here already onto Oberon. Sure, it's going to give Undyne a little bit more trance percentage. They could use this trance to engage before the grab. But it's going to be a snap decision if they're going to commit to it. And they will.
Coming down, Shatter will come through, but not going to find anybody to lock up really, but maybe the Graviton search, they can find an opportunity. Responding Shatter comes out from Oberon, locks up multiple members of RunAway. Gangnam Jin, the first one to fall. Lee J going to be alive, does have the sound barrier to try to drop it here. Bomb into the front, not going to find a pick off, but they do manage to get two. Sisu picks up Fuse, and Matt gets Tuba. Kite their way back, still in control, not surrendering any time on the point yet to MVP space.
That's really, really painful for MVP space. They use the trance to approach. Gangnam Jin matches it, but then they have the ensuing grab. But, oh, that's up.
Another Shatter out. Oh man, absolutely huge from Mag. Shields up, they try to bash him just to get the pop onto the Rhine, but it's not in time. And he manages to stay alive, and that is going to be the wipe, really.
Worst of all is it's right when the grab gets tossed from Yaki, so that is wasted in this as well. Just completely shut down by yet another big Shatter here from Mag, who's just carrying this team on his back right now in terms of the defense. Double support ultimates ready here in a second for MVP space, and they're going to need it when Hisu drops this grab in a second here. That's their only line of defense. This is really their last shot, is that one fight against the grab.
Minute 40 remaining, they work their way forward. Shui going to be the first one taken down. The rally going to be wasted from him. Grab in on top of the limo, locking him up. Sound barrier for the rest of the members of RunAway as they try to stay alive. QOQ will get popped out of the mech, but Tua taken down. Shatter coming down, response out from Oberon yet again. Locks up a few this time, however, it's looking much better for MVP space. They will be able to get the cap here. Shui just now respawning, is going to have to try to get out with his life intact. A minute and 15 about remaining on the clock, a minute 10 as they get this completion here onto A. They'll bump up the time bank to 340 and see how they fare in the streets phase. A lot of ultimates used on both sides there in that last fight.
It was really a close call. MVP space were decisive though with their support ultimates. They weren't going to win that fight. I don't know if they were ever going to get A, but they were able to do it. Good focus fire there. Yaki, high energy here as he chases forward.
Bianca apparently threw the bomb, managed to find a pickup there onto Hisu. High energy for Yaki, grab, getting ready to come online, throws it immediately, bomb into the back. He's going to be cut off, has to try to wrap around QOQ, manages to find him and Undyne. Means that RunAway can still play forward and maintain control of this choke.
Insanely big plays here from RunAway to have the, honestly, the know-how QOQ that he could get that bomb in that angle when they know Yaki's overextended, trying to maximize his full energy push into the grab. They counter it, Yaki can't get out, and they've bought so much time. Not only that, but of course they've controlled the choke for just a moment there. Shatter is the next line of defense here.
Yeah, Oberon not quite matching yet. A little bit further behind, and that's going to be exactly who they lock up. Transcendence out from Undyne, however, will keep him alive in the fight. QOQ's going to get popped out of the back in the meantime. Now Mag also eliminated. Good turnaround here from MVP space. Good reaction from Undyne. Keeps his team topped up, and they scoop up the kills.
Yeah, without his trance there, this fight is easily a 1-1 for RunAway. And, it was again off the fact that Oberon was not, he did not have his shield angled the correct way to block the Shatter. It was just kind of a flank there, but with Undyne having the quick response, they will stabilize. No way to control this choke, unfortunately, for MVP space.
Shatter out. Maybe a complete whiff here. Doesn't lock up anybody. Now the charge forward here for RunAway as they try to regain control. Escorted forward by Gangnam Jin with that Transcendence. Down barrier out from MVP space. Trying to stay alive. Matched now by RunAway. CJ goes ahead and drops the beat. It's just going to be a kite back. No one dead, but MVP unwilling to fight it out. They retreat to keep themselves alive. Now going to be looking for a reapproach. Pushing up around the corner here. Inside the hotel, however, pop out on the side. Tuba just gonna get melted down. Back of the Fire Strike finds that kill. Hisu burns down Oberon, charge through. Tries to get the Lucio, can't quite get a connection there on the pin. But it still will be cleanup time here for RunAway. They knock Bianca out of the mech, and they can just go ahead and stagger him out a bit.
And you can just see Mag gets the bubble the second he's charging. It's as if the bubble comes on him as he presses shift, and there's just no threat. There's not even any way to build ult charge off this guy as he goes aggressive on the chase. MVP Space had a lot of tools there. Had they been able to start the fight the way they wanted, had they been the aggressors, maybe we'd have completion here. They've still got this grab, but so does RunAway.
Transcendence in from Undyne to start things off. Bomb going to be dumped with the grab. To the back, not finding anything. They try to go for the boot, but it's not going to be good enough. Shui and Gangnam Jin both get locked up. Transcendence is out, however, from the Zenyatta. They keep him alive, and they find Tuba. Now Oberon. Two members gone, looking for more as RunAway chases forward, back over towards the spawn. Bianca going to be bumped out of the mech again, and that will just be cleanup onto the supports. MVP Space held at bay now for 3 minutes, only 25 seconds remaining. RunAway, sound barrier and shatter, is that going to be enough to get this hold?
It seems very likely. I mean, MVP Space doesn't even know where Mag is, and Oberon, even when he knows where he is, hasn't been able to shut him down. Okay, he does see him with the charge out. He decides that, you know, getting caught here would actually give such a free push to MVP Space. He backs away. It's going to be overtime ticking down, though. Someone's going to have to touch it.
Pushing their way up. Shatter going to be coming through as they make their way over to the cart just in time. Bomb drop from Bianca. Not going to find a pick off. Remix in on top of the limousine. He tries to inch that one forward. It will start advancing, but the rest of the team has been cleaned up. Pin back over. Mag arrives. There'll be a pop out. That'll be the cleanup here on to Fuse, the last remaining member who can really get in there.
Grab.
Finally kill him. Yeah, didn't get him with the grab, but the fire strike on the Tuba was a nice shot. And a RunAway will be able to hold MVP Space back on the street space. Did not get to advance very much at all.
And there was not a single moment. You could argue that MVP Space was in control of this map.
Yeah.
And even when they had ult leads, they were just outpositioned. Mag is winning Ryan versus Ryan, so Oberon can't get into where he needs to be to get damage done. He can't get into where he needs to be to get shatters potentially, because it's just always under threat. And QOQ is up on the high ground harassing him, and he has to either back away and not shatter or try to commit in, and often is dying as he does so. And when you lose 2-0 on control in 3-3, and then you have map selection and you don't pick the one where, as I mentioned before, you can differentiate yourself. You can run Yaki on the attack Genji, you can run him on the defensive far, you can run, we know Tuba is very good Sombra. We've seen them do it so many times on Nubani this season already, not to mention past seasons between these two on different squads, obviously Tuba being on 7 in the past. We know that these two players can do that and move away from this losing matchup, but they make the other choice. They decide to try to match the 3-3, and RunAway is just winning it every time. So when you look back at that decision, it feels painful here for MVP Space fans, because you, as an MVP Space fan at home, I know everyone who's rooting for them to win this knows that they could have done something different, but we'll never know what that looks like. Now they're going to have to hope for an incredible hold here with that same mirror composition. There's no variety here, not without a tune in the, in the lineup for them to run hit scan.
Yep, we haven't seen him all season long.
Yeah, it's dire straits here, because if they lose this, then they can't get first place.
Yeah. Again, they are at least locked into second, cannot be surpassed in that regard, but still would love to be able to pull off the reverse sweep here, take that first place spot. But losing on Hollywood would be it.
Already looking really good for RunAway.
Yeah,
They've got total
in
control.
On the point here. There's a little bit more action to kind of come through. Bianca going to be going low, almost gets popped out of the mech. Actually just managed to hold on to it, a sliver of HP remaining on it. Oberon taken down, but Yaki and Undyne coming up with a couple kills here for themselves. Fantastic push around the corner, gets a kill on a Gangnam Jin.
He carried that defense. Oh my god.
He's at 97%.
He did almost, I'd say he did at least half the damage there in that. And then on the retreat, Yaki's able to build that extra grab percentage, so he just saved them, I mean, big time. He's got the trance now, he can hold that for when RunAway does eventually commit theirs into the push. So it's going to be a while before Gangnam Jin has that, but he's going to look for some right clicks here to secure the final 25%.
Pushing Working their way up slowly around the corner here. Looking for the shield bash. Transcendence, a start from Undyne as they push forward. Looking for the kills. A shatter out from Mag, however, locks them up. Now they're looking for the kills. Fuse falling low, barely holding on, but Mag comes up with a double on the pin. Oberon also taken out, and just like that, it started so well, and it all comes tumbling down. MVP space. Team White, point A going to be capped here by RunAway. They move up to nearly 5 minutes on the clock. They don't have to go very far.
Yep, you get to see Gangnam Jin being greedy here, trying to grab any extra ult percentage that he can as the cart will start to roll out of the garage here. It's looking like the beginning of the end of the chances that MVP Space walk out of this group in first place right now, as armor's still stacked for all the RunAway members as they were going to push this through the door. They don't have an answer to this grab, minus the defense matrix, so this is MVP's best chance to make a big stand. Here it comes.
Yeah, well, grab will be coming down.
Not a good one.
Too many. Bianca going to be looking for a pickoff, not going to find it. Now the sound barrier's out. Oberon's dead. Fuse eliminated. Shatter coming down. Locking up what remains here in the front line. Mag is like, I can't find anyone, and my health is low. Top me up, please, God. They will be able to do so, and the card is just going to keep advancing unhindered for now. 4 minutes remaining, MVP space. It's looking pretty darn hopeless.
It is very hopeless at the moment. All they've got left are support ultimates here. They're not going to last forever. And they really just need Oberon to block these shatters. It cannot be every single shatter from Mag is a life-changing one. Just cannot be that way. They're going to be aggressive here.
Yeah, or a life-ending one, as it has been in so many cases.
Yeah.
Fighting their way back, trying to keep themselves topped up. Mag will be taken down.
And this is the
this
MVP.
Will be some nice stabilization here.
This is the MVP space we need to be seeing here if they want to have any chance of taking this map. They need to be the aggressors. They need to be decisive. They have to come out and meet RunAway and contest position. They can't just wait for Mag to get the best shatter possible and wait to try to be defensive.
Well, Oberon, is Shatter now going to be online? Oh, I thought it was going to go for it right there. I was going to say, oh God, this is not going to work out, but working their way back, pushing forward. Grab going to be coming down. Bomb sliding through. For the pickoff, not going to find anything. Sound barrier after MVP space, helping to stay alive, helping them to stay alive. Oberon drops the hammer, locks up one, and cannot get the kill. Cart getting ready to advance yet again. Responding, grab in onto the limousine. Gangnam Jin going to be taken down. Oberon dead on the side of MVP space. Bianca taken out of the mech, but instantly gets that self-destruct available. There's it down. Will not find a pickoff. They can't make it back into the suit. Hisu follows up onto the pilot form and takes him out. Cart starting to inch forward again. For the shield bash. Undyne pushing back through. Has that transcendence up. Another graviton surge on top of the limousine. Locks in the remaining members. Fuse comes up with a double kill. QQ and Mag, however, find a couple more. Shatter coming down straight to the shield of Oberon. Will not be able to lock anything up. Now Mag going to be eliminated. Oberon with another Shatter online. Everybody channeling ult after ult in on top of the limousine. Somehow this thing is still intact. But RunAway are in shambles as they try to kite their way back.
They're going to stabilize here. Now this is huge. MVP Space has not been in control of this map until this moment. Right now, they can make this stand here using the Shatter. Again, if Oberon could be decisive, he's moving very far forward here now. Fuse gonna need a big speed boost here to get him into position for the flank. He's lost out every trade against Mag until this point. Let's see if this is the moment that changes.
Shatter here to net MVP space so much. If Oberon can nail this one, the bubble's gonna be through. Waiting for his opportunity. Drops the hammer, locks up a couple, but can they get the kills up back? And Transcendence is out from Gangnam Jin, so it seems like the answer will be no. She'll bash in onto Oberon. Mag, however, does not have his own Shatter available. Oberon pushing forward, trying to get the hit, trying to build up for another one. Goes low with the sound barrier. Fuse barely manages to save his life. Graviton surge, however, from Yaki does not catch anybody. The limo starting to advance again. Bomb through from Bianca. It's a bump. Block comes up. Mag keeps himself alive. The sound barrier is there from RunAway. Swinging away. Shatter comes down. Catches a couple. They haven't found the kills yet. They have to be so worried about the front line. Grab now out from Hisu, locking him up, but Mag gonna be the first one to fall. Yaki, full energy, shield batch going low, does get taken down as QQ finds the kill. Gangnam Jin getting one. Oberon taken down as Shree finds another. That's gonna be 4 members gone on the side of MVP space as RunAway tries to push this across the finish line. They get rid of Fuse here right at the end. Can anyone stop it? It looks like the answer is going to be no as Gangnam Jin plays up in the front line. Some insane fights on the back end of this map, but RunAway are able to take it in the end, barely so. But they lock down first place in Group A.
They will be the #1 seed coming out of A. There were definitely some questionable moments on the side of MVP Space in terms of engage, but they were able to wrestle control away for a moment in the chaos, where they're looking for those hard engages, looking for the charges in, coming out from Oberon, as well as the aggressive grab attempts from Yaki. Unfortunately, Yaki's last 2 grabs ended up going super wide, not finding anything. MVP Space, they had the perfect fight delivered to them by Fuse's sound barrier, which saved Oberon when he was down at 5% health, followed up by great transcendence from Undyne. But Yaki just misses the grab right afterwards. It's not even close to the mark. And it's in moments like that, and MVP Space nearly stabilizes after that fight, where you think if things just went 10% better for MVP Space, maybe they hold that push. Maybe we're in a tied 1-1 scenario here, because there was not a lot of time for RunAway left. I mean, if that push fails, we're looking at one more at 40 seconds or so on the clock.
Yeah. But
it doesn't happen that way, and Mag is just running circles around Oberon, unfortunately. I mean, in some cases quite literally, as he circumvents his position, finds these back shatters, and Oberon needs to be more it feels like Oberon, uncharacteristically tonight, is nervous and is so focused on where he is and what his damage output is, rather than where his opponent's Ryan is and what his opponent's Ryan is trying to do. Because you have to think about both. If you're just always worried about where Mag is and trying to block shatters, then you're not doing anything. You're not building any of your own ult charge. You're not threatening kills. But it's two sides of the same coin. You also have to be, while trying to maximize damage, be aware of where the enemy Ryan is, or you're just going to get shattered from the side. Multiple times I'm watching Oberon move forward, threaten the front line, but Mag's like over here, and Oberon's moving forward like this. So,
well, unfortunate for MVP, cannot gain first place, but they still could try a reverse sweep to get a victory. So let's see if they can pull that out when we come back from the break. So we'll see you guys in just a few.